So when I started CrossFit, there was uh, a couple really popular YouTubers at the time. There was two main ones that I watched when I very first started. This was back in 2019. Um, there was Craig Ritchie, obviously, who was popping for a while. And then the other one that I really remember was a guy named Armin Hammer. And I really liked his stuff. I remember I haven't gone back to watch it recently, but I do remember I really liked it when I very first started. And so today I'm just going to poke around, watch some of his old stuff, kind of get an idea for what it was, see if I can pick up on anything that I want to kind of recreate now because he's not making content anymore. And then I also want to try and figure out what happened to him, why he stopped making content. So I've got his Instagram pulled up. I've got his YouTube pulled up. First, I guess we'll start with his YouTube, and I can kind of show what he was doing for a while, and then I guess we'll just jump around and try and figure out what happened, if he's still around or what's going on with him. So let me share my screen. Armin Hammer. So present. Also, I was planning on having my video on my main channel, but as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick, and so I didn't want to mess up the recording. So I'm gonna have to push that one back a few days. Okay, so this is him. This is his channel right here. He's got 27,000 subscribers still. He had some really good stuff for a while. Let's see. See, like, he just had good stuff. How would 2012 Froning do in 2021? So this was 3 years ago. Micro goals and micro pacing in 22.2. So this is the last time that he really did anything, was 22.2. As you can see, he was very active in 2021. So like some of the stuff I remember. Oh, like so some of the stuff I remember him from was like I think around. I know he took a big break after a while, but I think that I don't remember any of this. He must have taken a break for a while, and then I never came back to him. But yeah, so I'm going down, looking at his stuff. Well, obviously he doesn't make content anymore, so I want to try and figure out what happened to him. So I've got some Reddit stuff going on here. I don't know why he stopped. What happened? He kind of was very active and then just kind of disappeared. Is there a story, or did he just stop? I believe they had a baby, just not enough time, maybe, per speculation. He mentioned he'd be phasing out once the baby arrived on his YouTube channel. He'll randomly make an appearance on Morning Chalk Up. It's always a treat. Oh. So yeah, I guess he had a kid, and that's why he stopped making stuff. Which is really too bad, because I feel like he was pretty good at what he did, and I feel like it probably didn't take that much time because he was usually just podcasting. He had the best discussions and recap. Seems like completely burnt out, given there was no explanation. Yeah, probably that he just burned out. And like, to be honest, if you look at this, he's getting. I want to go to his most viewed popular. Why did it do that? Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm going to go to his most popular. So his most popular is 352K, 303, 246. So, I mean, like, he probably wasn't, like, really making that much money off of this. So, I mean, it would just be tough to keep going when you're really not making that much money off of this YouTube stuff. Like, he probably has to have, a regular job, and if this money's not worth it for the time, that's probably why. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch some of this stuff. So let me go to his latest stuff. Oh, I remember watching this. This was awesome. Okay. Yeah, and he just hasn't been active on anything. I think he just gave up. But I'm gonna go watch some of his stuff so I see if I can get some ideas. Grading the 2021 CrossFit Games. Man, he had some good stuff, man. Colton 3 years ago. Huh. I wonder what his whole thing was during the CrossFit Games stuff. Is this popular or latest? This is latest. Why does this feel out of order? This feels out of order. This is definitely out of order. I don't know why it's doing this, but anyway, I'm gonna start doing videos similar to some of these that he's doing. Like, you can see he's talking about, like, he had one that was rate the games from 1 to 10. I'm gonna start making kind of like more podcasty, kind of talk show type style videos of this soon. So I definitely plan on doing that. And I'm gonna go through and kind of watch some of his stuff to get some ideas, but I really don't have any ideas for what we're doing today. So let me go on Reddit because that seems to be going well. I think this would be a lot easier if I had people watching and I could kind of bounce off of them, but Okay. I'm back on Reddit. We're gonna scroll for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna hop off. Um People posting their lifts. First time doing fight gone bad. Oh, this is interesting. I'd love to see what this person has to say. When was the last time any of you guys did fight gone bad? I don't think I've done it in 5 years. It's it's an interesting workout. If I remember correctly, you can really get a lot on the push press, as you can see here. And if you're like actually good at push press, like you can crank those out. So if you're gonna write, if like when people write a workout like this where it's 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, or whatever, you really need to, in my opinion, get some workouts that are all going to be pretty even. So you can see here, like he's got 16 on the box jumps, but he's getting 30 on the push press. So that just makes it like you can kind of slack on the box jumps and then really push the push press. So if you write a workout, like it needs to be pretty equivalent in terms of how many reps you can get on each part. Anyway, well, that was fun. Our programmer likes the style of workout. So we've done similar ones before and it's been programmed since I've been there. Just not on days that I went. This is why CrossFit is so fun. I had a rough strategy wanting to get to 300 with only some idea of what I was capable of. Max wall balls in a minute, probably 30, but I don't like them. No idea of sumo deadlift high pull in a minute, and especially not at that weight. Box jumps, probably 25 if I were to rebound. Push press, no idea at that weight, but it's easy. Row, 24 in a minute, but that is hard. I think if I were to do it again, I'd aim for 20 to 22 on the wall balls, send it hard on the sumo deadlift high pull, and maybe do 10 to 12 box jumps. Send it hard on the push press. I think 40 is possible. And do 10 to 12 on the row. That might be the road to 350 for me. It just seems like wall balls and box jumps are capped by the time it takes to actually do the movement, and the rower is capped lower because of, well, how the rower works. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like, it's such a workout of strategy. Like again, like if you're going to do a workout like this, it needs to be that all the movements take about the same amount of time. So you're getting like 15, 15, 16, 15, 14, 16, like something where it's like all within a rep or two of each other. And you can't separate by doing a million push press in 1 minute. Fight Gone Bad is all about strategy. You get loads of push press reps because they're fast, but save your energy on the row because it's not worth going balls out. Pace the wall balls and just hit a decent number. Go hard on the sumo deadlift, high bull, box jump, and push press, cover on the row. My best is 386. When I would rebound, I could get a good number of box jumps, but they just take too much time. Yeah. And I think the whole rebounding thing is kind of out for most people. It's just not worth what you get out of it. For most people in this type of scenario. And I don't know. I haven't done Fight Gone Bad in forever. I want to look up the Beyond the Whiteboard Fight Gone Bad. I want to see what 300 plus is. Let's see. Usually you can just find these like this on Facebook. Oh. Fight Gone Bad. Can you see this over here? Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Nope. It take me to Facebook. No, I'm not going to sign in. Okay. Percentile 426, 377. I have no idea what I could get. That's interesting. Maybe I should do that soon. Friend's basement gym. I have a friend who has a gym in her basement and is always welcoming and accommodating with letting me work out at her house, but she fractured one of her vertebrae and I can't work herself. She's always been a very competitive person and is definitely having a difficult time not lifting or doing CrossFit workouts. Would you continue to work out there or not? I feel so bad asking her if I can work out there, knowing that she can't right now, but should I feel bad? Okay, I don't really care about that much. Have you ever experienced a long-lasting fatigue that affects also your daily life outside the gym? I found myself more and more tired, and I have noticed that this is affecting my overall mood and social life. I came to the point where even if I wanted to push during a workout, my body doesn't let me do that. It is an automated reflex trying to protect me from overdoing. I miss those times where I could really push during a class, and yes, being tired after without necessarily feeling grumpy, etc. Has anyone experienced this? um, when I started CrossFit, I was like, I would come home from the gym and I would just be ruined. Like, I would just sit on the couch for like 2 hours and just like not be able to get up, like nothing. I would just be destroyed. That was like probably the first like 3-4 weeks, and I think I was just kind of like I knew that was just kind of going to be like a phase. I could tell, but I didn't really feel like I felt like that was what I wanted to do at the time. But again, like CrossFit's about improving your life outside of the gym. So if you're feeling like this during the gym, like maybe take a full week off. And I want to see what some of these comments say. Are you in the northern hemisphere? Days are short, not a lot of sunlight. Take vitamin D, get a lamp, and help boost your mood. Yeah, I agree with this. Like during the winter, it's tough because you just start to feel so drained, and it's dark all day, and it's cold. So I think you're like just whole body kind of slows down. I think this is them replying the original. I am, and yes, it affects me. Oh, this is a different person. Currently with a little flu and don't feel as great overall. I did 2 weeks ago. Last week I had 10-round workout and couldn't continue after the 7th round. I take loads of supplements. Zinc, magnesium is tough when you're doing your WOD at 4 p.m. and it's already dark. Yeah. Overtraining, under recovery, flu season, have a week off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just take a week off. If you still feel like shiz after a week, then investigate doctor's blood, etc. Chances are it's probably just a cumulative fatigue where you can't quite get your like body to recover. Whether that's like your blood glucose, you're not sleeping enough. Let's see what this person. So many things to contribute to fatigue. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating nutritious foods? Is your diet mainly empty processed calories? You're going to feel bad. Are you eating enough? Are you training too much? Before you resort to thinking that there's something wrong with you, analyze your own life and honestly developed anemia. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever really had this before. I think they're probably just not eating or sleeping enough. Those are like the only two things that struggling with cardio and tired. Okay, I don't really. Serious questions. Are people in the sub allowed to love CrossFit and still be a fan of Glassman's work? If not, perhaps the mods should update the policies on acceptable post content and make it clear that only anti-Glassman rhetoric will be allowed. Yeah. I mean, people are kind of haters on Reddit, but whatever. Maintaining strength. Okay, yeah, I want to talk about this. The World Fitness Project 2025 season overview. This is Will Morad's new fitness league that he's coming up with. So here's some of the info. This is supposed to be separate from CrossFit. I don't know if it's supposed to supplement the CrossFit Games season or if it's something completely separate that's supposed to be its own thing. World Fitness Project season blends professional level competition with community engagement, offering meaningful competition for athletes of all skill levels from beginners to seasoned professionals. Okay, cool. Challenger Qualifier 1. 1 week, 3 workouts, 10 people qualify. World Fitness Tour 1. 3-day competitions, 6 workouts. That seems cool. Again, I don't know who's competing in this. Professionals, challengers, teams, competitors. That's cool. So I think this, from the sounds of it, it sounds like they're going to be having in-person competitions for people who are not at the games or semifinals levels, which I think is a great idea. I've been saying CrossFit needs to be doing this forever because it's kind of the thing that's so attractive to people like High Rocks, because people want to have people want experiences. They want to have in-person competition. They want to use their own fitness in different ways. So if they're doing that in this little WFP, then I think that's a great idea. Challenger Qualifier 2. 1 week, 3 workouts, 10 qualifier, World 2 fitness trials. 1 month, 3 stages, open to all. I really don't understand what this is saying, but let's see what they're saying. Really looking forward to this rollout. Would love to see this develop into a full season. The rumor is that they have $15 million. If they use mainly a sanctional system, it could go a long way. How would they have gotten their hands on $15 million? That's insane. Holy crap. Where's the 15 million coming from? That's what I'm wondering. No, don't take me to a new page. Ugh. Holy crap. If they have $15 million, that's insane. Honestly, the timing couldn't be better for them. I can see this taking off if executed correctly. I think it was planned even before the Jukic death, but the disappointment in CrossFit LLC could help them. At the same time, the new CrossFit season details are late again, which makes it harder for WPF to plan around their season, assuming that they want to collide with CrossFit at least initially. CrossFit's lack of plan could be a benefit to WPF. Announce a season schedule and prize money up front. Having certainty will be big selling points for athletes given the turmoil of the game season. Knowing how much the prize money is before the season starts could be a refreshing change. CrossFit didn't announce prize money until after semifinals last year. Why this when you already have the W? That's what I was wondering. The WFFF or whatever. Because the IF3 is amateurish, not inclusive, no money, no exposure, etc. The WPF is going to be the same. But wouldn't it be better for a real sport federation like the Olympic sport, like any Olympic sport, for example, and providing its funding, athlete rights, quality of competition, instead of having another private company trying to do the same thing as CrossFit and ultimately having the same kind of problem? That's what I'm kind of thinking. That's debatable. First off, the IOC Federation world is corrupt and sick AF. It's also far from guaranteed that the IF3 can get into the Olympics. They are not even recognized at all yet. If yes, when? Financing is a different issue. Until there's Olympic money dripping down, plus local government support, the money is not there at all. I said it's not inclusive. I think so far CrossFit has reached 165 companies. IF3 has CCA 65 national federations. If Gabby Magawa wanted to compete, she can't because there's no Polish federation. Oh, that's insane. I didn't know that. So it's the same as why have a basketball fed and the NBA, apart from the fact that basketball is already on the Olympic program. It is therefore debatable what is better, a pro league, especially when players' union or amateur federation governs sport, and why not have both? This reminds me of athletes leaving to open their own gyms because they think they can do better, and it fails within a year. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder who's this WPF gonna have? Oh my gosh, Reddit's driving me crazy. That's crazy. We're just gonna tear ourselves apart. Like the whole community's just. Oh my gosh, bro. We're just gonna tear ourselves apart. We're gonna look back in freaking 10 years and be like, what happened to fitness? What happened to CrossFit? What happened to competitive professional sport or sport of fitness? We'll be like, oh yeah, we just tore ourselves apart. Newbie mood swings. I want to talk about this. I am 33-year-old male, started CrossFit, and recently just wrapped up my 4th week going in 4 to 5 days a week. I'm overweight, obese, 5'11", started at 237 down to 226. First of all, that's awesome. I love hearing that people just go hard in the paint at the beginning. That's what I did. That's what I think you should do. I love it. So that's awesome. I've been tracking my macros for the first time in my life with Macro Factor. My goals have been around 2K calories. That is probably too low. I'm just reading the mood swings. I haven't read anything else. 2,000 calories for someone who's 226 pounds, 5'11", and doing CrossFit for an hour every day, probably pretty low. I've been tracking my macros, blah, blah, blah. It updates my goals weekly. I've been averaging closer to 1,800. Oh my gosh, that's way too low. I've been averaging closer to 1,800 calories. Blah, blah. I've been struggling with heavy mood swings. Okay, when I started CrossFit, I was the most irritable person in the world for a while, and I don't know why. The few times that I've done 2-a-days, where I was like training for a competition or something, I would also get really, really irritable, and I think it's just like extreme fatigue. You just start to get irritable. You know how like when a kid doesn't get enough sleep, they're like all whiny the next day. I think it's literally like that. You're just the fatigue has built up, and you're just. I mean, I was irritable. I've been struggling with heavy mood swings. I go from feeling great to the smallest thing making me irrationally angry. That's exactly how I feel a lot of the times when I'm like in deep, deep training, to almost crying in the store from being tired and frustrated. All unusual for me. I'm wondering if this is just normal. Has anyone else experienced this? No, previously on TRT, been off for 2 years since me and my wife tried to conceive. Went to my hormone levels check last week, awaiting results. Wondering if working out and eating a deficit tank my T levels or something. It's probably not that. Let's see what this person. It's probably not that. I think it's that you just have an extreme amount of fatigue. You're probably not eating enough. You're probably not sleeping enough. I think that's probably the main. 1,800 calories. That's like what my 7-year-old mom eats. So I think you should probably. I mean, I'm just gonna throw out a number, but you should probably be at like 2,700 at your current weight, and you would still lose weight. But you're probably just extremely underfed. Let's see what these people say. Those calories sound extremely low to me. You will lose plenty of weight more safely and without mood swings with more calories. 1,800 calories is what I was eating when I weighed 145 pounds and was losing about a pound a week until I hit 135. And I'm a woman. A lot of active 200-pound men eat 2,800 to maintain that weight. So going down to even 2,300 would have them losing 1 pound per week. And that is something smaller than you. You need to fuel to work out. You're first getting started. You have a big opportunity for body composition changes, aka muscle and fat, but you can't build muscle if you're starving. Losing 11 pounds in 4 weeks is a clue that it's too little. Generally, losing more than 2 pounds a week is considered unhealthy and at a minimum unsustainable. And much more than that for any length of time can be dangerous. The big plus is that you've shown you can do this. Talk to the dietitian if you can, and a lot of times health insurance will cover them if you get personal advice and plan a blah, blah, blah. Stuck with these eating habits and working out for over 4 weeks, imagine what you'll be able to do when you're feeling good and fueled up. Keep eating the good stuff, just a little more of it. Thank you for the advice. I'll look into the dietitian. My issue isn't even being hungry. I'm practically force feeding myself to get my protein numbers. I've been missing the calorie goals because I usually can't eat anymore and feel full. I used to eat a bunch of junk food and drink a lot of beer. So eating this much protein is making me full quickly. I'll try to get something scheduled with a dietitian soon. Yeah, like so this guy's 226. That's 35 more pounds than I am right now. And I'm working out probably a little bit more than him, but not much. If he's going to a CrossFit class every day, I probably do like 2 hours a day of training. But I'm 35 pounds lighter than him, and I'm currently eating like almost 2,000 pounds, almost 2,000 calories more, almost 2,000 calories more, and double what he is. Because I eat like 3,500 calories a day, and so yeah, this dude's just underfed. Uh, yeah, everybody's saying the same thing. Eat more, eat more, eat more. Yeah, see, I'm a 26-year-old male and eat 3,400 for maintenance. You're way under eating. See, I agree. Like I'm eating. All right. Yep. Dude's under eating. Let's see what else we got. Okay. I think that's it for today. Again, a little bit of a choppy episode or a little bit of a choppy live. I'm still working on it. Still gonna come up with ideas. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. I think that's all. Good night.